Yeah, welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a wonderful and happy Sunday. Y'all, hold on one second. Let me go out and come right back in. Make sure you hit the like button. Okay, there we go. I don't know if it froze for a second, and then I'm like, okay, let me see if I can just fix this. But welcome, everyone. I have missed you all. I've been trying to keep you all updated as much as possible. We have been in the process of moving, and y'all know how that goes when you have to pack and um, get movers, get everything, the whole logistic situation. And so when I tell y'all, I am so excited and grateful to God for our new location. I am, okay? I was like, I got to come live with my people. I miss y'all. We were live this morning for our morning worship experience. And so I hadn't even done that since last Sunday. So welcome. I'm happy to be back. And y'all, we have some things to talk about, okay? Make sure you tap that like button. Let everyone know we are live. Let's see who we have here in the building. Hey, Terry, welcome. Thank you for joining, and thank you for being first in the building. Hey, Tasha, good evening. Welcome. Thank you, Terry. This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Okay. Hey, Rena, welcome. Janet is in the building. Hey, the queen herself is here. Welcome, Royal D. Thank you for joining, sis. Hey, Daily Sis with Jazzy J is in the building. Thank you for tuning in, sis. Hey, Juanita, welcome. T Lady, greetings to you. Queen Shailene is in the building. Welcome. Hey, Katisa, welcome. Nutra is in the building. Let's see who else. My sis Shelly Shells is in the building. Hey, sis. Look, I haven't talked to you today, girl. We've been busy. Oh my gosh. Hey, Dreamy Girl. Welcome, sis. Okay, come on in, y'all. All right, so y'all, let's get to it. Make sure y'all tap that like button. Now, the other day, on Friday, Keys News Network, he did a live, and I only got a chance to watch the latter part of that live, but the part that I came in on, oh my goodness, okay? Hey, Diva, welcome. The Queen Stand is in the building, and he was showing a video body cam footage from Romeca, a time when she had gotten hit in the eye. We've seen that photo that had been circulating and become pretty much viral where we see her with the black eye. And so he was showing the footage from that. Thank you so much, D-Love. He was showing that footage from that body cam footage, right? Or footage from that body cam camera. And y'all, the part I came in, I hadn't even seen the whole video. Okay. The whole video. I hadn't even seen it. I kind of went back today because, like I said, I've been very busy recently and kind of looked at the first part of it. The part I came in on Friday was when the police officers were talking to the sergeant and Romeca got out of the car. And y'all, it's like, oh my gosh, like when you do a rewind and you think about what took place September the 8th, and then you do a rewind to kind of look back, and we are actually able to hear her voice. Welcome everyone tuning in. Thank y'all for joining. Um, Oh my God, it really gave me, I can't even describe the feeling that I had, even from hearing her voice, and hearing the distress in her voice. Really, really made me think back to September 8th and what she could have been sounding like even in those moments, y'all. It was like a parallel of some sort. So I started thinking, now, Romeca had already in this footage, we'll watch. I'm hoping Keys is okay. Shout out to Keys. I just want to show a little snippet of that because y'all, the whole live, y'all got to go back and watch his whole live. But there was a part of that video where it was a cry for help. And you could see that pretty much, where do you go, I should say, if you need help and you call the people that are supposed to serve and protect and they're not protecting you? What do you do then? And so I started doing a little research on women, okay? Women that CPD system has failed. And although there isn't like a one database that outlines that, there is some things that I found out. There are two different cases. One I'm going to talk briefly about, but then y'all, another case involves their own. A woman that was a CPD officer that was going through a whole situation with another officer, a male officer. And guess what that male officer's name was? Carlos. I said, what? What is going on with all of these Carloses? Okay. In the domestic violence situation. And y'all, the sad part of it is not only did Romeca lose her life, but this officer lost her life at the hands of that CPD officer, to the point that her family, now Keys even talked about this on his live, that family is suing CPD, okay, because of how they handled this. What do you do if you've gone to them time after time, you've complained, you tried to get TPOs, and no one helps you, to the point you then lose your life? No one paid attention to the warnings, okay? No one paid attention to the warning signs. So what do you do in those cases when we have Romecas that was trying to tell the police department what happened to her, and they're taking and twisting words and believing the one who put his hands on her? What do you do in those situations? So we're going to get into this, y'all. It's heartbreaking. Okay? It's heartbreaking. And let me tell you, with Officer Rivera, the cop, and I did a live on this probably a couple of months ago. However, I wanted to bring it back to the forefront. Officer Rivera that lost her life, guess what? This wasn't something that took place 2-3 years ago. Her mom has filed the lawsuit in December, okay, of 2025. This is something recent that we're dealing with. These rogue cops out here not taking these women seriously, to the point that they're losing their lives. What do you do if you've called and asked for help and they laugh in your face and they're buddy with the culprit? What do you do? So let's get into this, okay? All right, so although there isn't a single official count of how many women specifically lost their lives after reporting abuse to the Chicago Police Department, because police records and public crime data generally do not track whether a victim reported abuse before being unalived. However, what is known from available investigations, report, and data are a few things, okay? Now, there is this one known case that's highlighted by this lady, goes by the name of Maria Roque. I hope I'm saying her last name right. And she was a Chicago mother who repeatedly reported abuse and filed several police reports and got protection orders. But y'all, she was later shot and unalived in front of her children by her abuser in 2023. Now, her case has been widely covered as an example of system failure, including CPD response issues. Now, there are other cases of women who reported domestic violence to CPD and were later unalived, but most are documented individually in news or legal reporting rather than in a centralized statistic. Now, according to city data referenced by local officials, there were 39 women killed in domestic related homicides in Chicago per CPD figures. Okay. Police departments, they typically record homicides and domestic violence incidents, but they do not systematically categorize deaths based on whether the victim had reported prior abuse to police. And I think that they need to, okay? Because you will get another trend of data. If you say, oh, such and such, this woman was unalive. Welcome everyone coming in. I'm not ignoring y'all. I was on another screen. This woman was unalive, but she came and reported the guy who unalived her 10 times. Or this woman was unalive. She came and she reported the guy who unalived her 5 times. Because you will start to see a trend. What do you do if your life is taken and you try to get help and no one is trying to take you seriously? Okay. Hey, Tim, welcome. Kimberly, thank you for joining. Hey, Nutra. Let's see, who's this? Dandela, welcome. She said, good evening, open book. I watched Keys Live on Friday night and I could not get over how she was treated by the CPD. I was devastated and heartbroken. Me too. Even with the little part that I saw. Hey, Purple Paradox. Even with the little part that I saw Friday, I had to go back today and check out the other part. Listening to Romeca cry was so heartbreaking. The fact that her life didn't matter was unbelievable. Yes. Okay. It was so unbelievable, y'all, that even seeing the proof. See, it's different when you go down there and you like, man, he getting on my nerves. He up there hitting me. You don't have no proof. No, she had proof on her face. Her eye was black and blue. It was bruised. We've seen that photo. Okay, so she had proof that something had happened. Where was he? Why is he never in the handcuffs, even with that situation? Okay, so these things continually happen. Now, there isn't this official database, okay, but most data available is broader domestic homicide totals, like it's dozens of women per year, y'all, and individual stories of specific cases. So I think they need to add another column. Has this person reported abuse before? And how many times? They need to start collecting that data because it's getting out of control. And it really got out of control when it was one of their own. So let me show y'all and share my screen because I wanted to show y'all a little video that goes with a case with the CPD officer, Officer Rivera, who was dating Carlos. Oh, the name in itself gave me chills. Not the Carlos that we're used to, but a Carlos Baker, who was a fellow CPD officer. Okay? And let's look at her story because her mom is not playing. She is suing CPD. And I hope that Miss Tina will too, after seeing how this scene was handled, how those chain of events were handled by CPD. And on top of that situation where Romeca was asking for help, she also needs to file a lawsuit on how that crime scene was handled on September the 8th. Okay, because now that's that, y'all, we've been seeing that from the beginning. Who are these cops? They acted like they couldn't handle anything. Running around, looking around, letting him walk back and forth up in a pool of blood, contaminating the crime scene. He wasn't in handcuffs. It was only Holly. But why has he not been in a pair of handcuffs where we could see that on camera? After all of these things that had transpired leading up to that moment. Okay, here we go.
Developments in the friendly fire death of a Chicago police officer. So let's break it down for you. Today, the family of Officer Crystal Rivera revealed that she was in a romantic relationship with her partner, the one who shot her last June. That shooting happened during the pursuit of a suspect in the line of duty. The family alleges that the partner, Carlos Baker, left Rivera to die and never called 911. They're now suing the police department and the city, saying they didn't do enough to protect Rivera from Baker. NBC5's Charlie Wojciechowski has that story.
Let me be clear today. This is about truth. This is about accountability.
A blockbuster lawsuit shedding new light on what allegedly happened on the night of June 5th, 2025, when Chicago police officer Crystal Rivera was shot to death by her partner, Officer Carlos Baker, while they pursued a suspect.
What she never should have had to fear was her own partner. That betrayal cost Crystal's life.
According to the slain officer's family, she and her police partner had been in a romantic relationship that Rivera ended only a month before she was killed.
The Chicago Police Department knew that Carlos Baker was a liability. The Chicago Police Department knew that Carlos Baker was unfit for duty as a Chicago police officer.
On the night Rivera...
Okay, so before they get into what happened on that night, he should have already not been on that force. See, this is how we get the officers that unalive these women. Okay, we have Officer Rivera, and then recently we just heard about the officer that unalived Sonia Massey that should not have been on a police force. But these women and Black women, Hispanic women are losing their lives at alarming rates from officers that should not have even been on the force. How many complaints has that officer had in the past? Those are things that they need to look into, okay, before hiring these police officers. It's getting out of hand. Windy City Beauty said, I found out a gun offender was money laundering out of my bank account. Wow. When I went to Chicago Police Department on 555, not that she given the address, they looked at me like I was crazy when I tried to report this. Wow. So, I mean, Windy City, what do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to the people that's supposed to help you. Like that time I called, not having any experience in this, and I called the police department right down in Chicago, up in Chicago, because I'm down up in Chicago. And child, he answered the phone, probably had a cup of coffee and a donut, and he was no help. Okay, he transferred me, telling me, here's the number, you got to call the other precinct. And I said, I don't want to call nowhere. I'm like, you don't have an answer? Okay, this is a huge case. What are y'all doing about it? And they're trying to get me to call another unorganized. Okay, not even helpful to people on the phone, handling just regular business. Imagine the people that need help because their lives are at stake. Are you caring about those people? What is going on? Let's see. Dandela said just the fact that her son was also present while the abuse took place, he will forever be scarred for life when he grows up. And I understand that his father mistreated his mother. Yes, he's going to see a lot, and he's seen a lot, unfortunately. But as you know, time goes on and this case goes on, more and more things come out. He's going to be able to not only piece it together with videos and things of that sort, but he's going to be able to piece it together from his own experience and what he witnessed with his own eyes. See, if he thinks he's going to get to his son and just going to tell his son some made up story, try to make himself look like the victim, guess what? he has to remember that his son was there firsthand in some of these instances and knows what really happened. He may not be out here talking about it, but unfortunately, that young man has witnessed some traumatic things. So you're not going to be able to just tell him anything. He will know. And I'm pretty sure his family, Romeca's family, is also going to tell him the truth. Yes, justice for Meeks. She said, I know date and there's cameras in the police department can show when I was there. Oh, okay. She said, don't play with her, baby. They got the camera footage. Better hope they do. Okay, the date and time and everything. And they didn't try to do anything. Hey, let's say, hey, Becca, welcome. That's scary to know that the law that is supposed to protect you is the very system that lets you down. Exactly. Hey, Eddie K. Brown. Yes, exactly. And this is one of their own. How do you handle a case as one of your own officers? This is not just an outside person. This lady was then trying to break up with this man, Carlos. I just can't get over the names, Lord. She was trying to break up with him. Okay. He couldn't stand the rejection. He couldn't stand the rejection. So she was like, look, she's telling, I need a new partner. She trying to get out of it, getting restraining orders on him. But then he had the perfect setup. I said, wow, the way that this case parallels what took place on September the 8th. So let's listen to how he did all of this.
Was killed. Attorneys say she was standing behind Baker when he kicked down a door in a building on the 8200 block of South Drexel. Somehow, the lawsuit alleges, he turned 180 degrees and shot her in the back.
Incredibly, he didn't call for an ambulance. In fact, his cover-up began after he shot her. Immediately, he claimed that shots were fired at police, when the only shot that was fired that night was from his gun in Crystal's direction.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? So they go to these apartments and he probably, y'all know how sometimes they can make up these situations where we got to go down. It made me think of that movie, The Four Brothers, on this situation right here, where they know they're about to set up their partners. So they're like, hey, come on, we got to go down here to these apartments on whatever beat this is or do whatever. So she goes with him. She's still his partner at that time. So when she's standing behind him, he makes a 180-degree move and shoots her in her back. Now, I don't know where her bulletproof vest was during that time. But I think when we were going through this, because I'm going to share my video we did on this before. If I'm not mistaken, the place he shot her was right outside of where that vest would have been. I gotta go back and listen to that. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what happened. And I said, that's so weird. You made sure you shot where the vest didn't cover, right? All right, it was something to that. I got to go back and listen, so don't quote me on that part. But we did a video about this before. Okay, now he lied. Now here comes the cover up. He lied and said that some other people were shooting and they accidentally shot his partner. Okay, nobody else was around to accidentally shoot her. He did. He wanted to get rid of her. Okay. So then that's when all of this started coming out, when they started seeing footage. Okay. He thought he was going to get away and let it be like someone else did it, but it was him that did it.
According to the lawsuit, police supervisors knew about the relationship between Rivera and Baker as early as September of 2023, almost 2 years before she was killed.
We believe that CPD knew that Crystal had previously requested a different partner due to her safety concerns about Baker's reckless conduct.
Since joining the department, NBC5 Investigates has found at least 8 incidents of sustained or disciplined incidents against Baker, who, since another allegation of domestic violence, has been stripped of his police powers.
Baker should never have gotten past his probationary period.
Both the Chicago Police Department and the Chicago Department of Law say they do not comment on pending litigation.
Where is justice for Crystal? Where is justice for my daughter, Crystal Rivera?
At 35th and Michigan, Charlie Wojciechowski, NBC 5 News.
Wow. Y'all, that was heartbreaking. So her mom has filed this lawsuit because of how they handled that situation, and that they did not take Crystal's, her pleas, okay, her requests seriously. She was afraid for her life. Come on now. Okay, come on. She was afraid for her life, just like Romeca was afraid for her life. We've seen the messages. She said that she was tired of being scared and afraid. Crystal was too. And this was at the hands of her fellow partner that she had been involved in a relationship with. They did not take her seriously. So we can't be surprised when we see them not taking Romeca seriously. We can't even be surprised. We saw this. Now we're going to look at a short snippet for those of you who haven't seen it. Like myself, I had seen a snippet of it, but when you go back and hear her talking about what had happened to her, oh my gosh. And to not take it seriously. What do they think about now what happened? On September the 8th, those officers, that sergeant, what do y'all think about what happened eventually years later on September the 8th? After she tried to get help, she tried to tell you what he did to her that day. Now you mean to tell me the same guy is involved or around when she actually does lose her life? What are y'all thinking now? Let's see, my prayers are definitely with Miss Tina because she has a long road ahead of her. Not only does she have the grief of losing her child, but helping Amir deal with the loss of his mother. Yes, you are so right. That's so hard. So we're definitely praying for her strength because you do have to go through, your own grief process. And then we know he has questions that he misses his mom. So then you have to help another person get through their grief. That's a hard thing to do. So I know God is able to help her throughout that process. Hey, Grandma 5, welcome. Hey, Amy, Brittany, Eddie, thank y'all for coming on in. So y'all, brace yourselves, okay? Okay, in this video, like I said, shout out to Keys News Network that did this. I just wanted to show a snippet of when Romeca was explaining what happened to her and when she got out of that vehicle and they were leading her into the police station, some things that she said. Just hearing her voice on here and thinking about September the 8th, what she could have been even saying that day, wanting help, wanting to get away. It gave me goosebumps. Okay, let's get into it.
Get out of order yet. But I heard the police yell at Carlos a couple times.
I miss
Crazy work. Continue.
Y'all see my face. Why is he not in jail? He struck me. That's why I had to defend myself.
You said that you hit yourself in the wall when he's trying to detain you.
Now, my thing is, okay, with this part, she's telling him that this was self-defense, okay, that he had been striking her and she was trying to defend herself, okay? But now he's going with this whole thing, and we've seen this before in that police report that Keys had shared about the wall hitting her. Now, that sounded crazy then, but to hear this officer saying it sounds even crazier, because I would have been like, well, why? This was my thing with the wall situation. How come if the wall hit you in the eye, how come it was just one eye and not both? Okay, where both eyes or your forehead or some other area would have been bruised. I never understood that. I wouldn't have said that. Okay. I don't even know why he came up with that. Okay. But my thing is, if someone is striking you over and over, most people are going to find a way to either get out the way, move, or I'm trying to defend myself and get something to get you off of me. We already heard also the video of him holding her down while her child was crying. And he's recording. I hadn't been live talking about this yet. But y'all, when I heard that video, I said, now what did he think that was proven, or that didn't make him look good? That this young lady is screaming. Okay? And you held her down that day, and you were holding her on September the 8th. How ironic. Now, you were recording that day. Do you have a recording from September the 8th? Mister, I couldn't contain her. I couldn't hold her. She got away. That's when Holly had to shoot her, because maybe she was coming towards her. But that day, I would have rather you held her down again so she could still be here to tell her side of the story from that day. Wow.
Bring it back. Look what she's saying, y'all. Bring it back. Listen to this part. Get y'all notebooks out. Write this part down. Write this part down in y'all notes.
What are you asking,
Look what she about to say.
It's not about believing you or... Ma'am, we're not here to say what you were here to do.
And my thing is, and I know I've seen in the past, y'all, where if there's a domestic violence situation going on, that everybody going down, both parties. If there was fighting, have y'all heard of that? Am I tripping? Now, I don't know if that's everywhere in every state or city, but I thought if it was some type of domestic situation, both of y'all going down till we figure this out. Okay. And then for him to be on house arrest, but sir, you everywhere but the house. In these videos, see that ankle monitoring situation does nothing. Okay. This is why Holly wants it so bad. See, he's trying to school her on how to get out of jail free card. Go on to get you one of them ankle monitors. Go on to get you an ankle monitor. You know, I can show you how to be around everywhere. That's why she wants one so bad. But you not even staying out of trouble with the ankle monitor on. I mean, when do they put people back in jail? Okay, for violating what? I'm just trying to understand. Maybe the system is different in different places. I'm just trying to understand how all of this happened. It's so confusing because I thought you both go to jail. If you're on some type of ankle monitoring system, you violated, you going definitely to jail. Where did we go wrong? I'm really not getting that part. I'm a security officer and it sounds fishy to me, so I know that should have been fishy to a real officer. Right, Eddie? It would have sounded fishy, and she's trying to tell them. She has her dog there. She has her child there. Those are things that they should have taken into consideration as well. There's no reason why that man still should be free. Right. You realize Carlos Smith can choose to be Holly Johnson's defense or either Holly Johnson's offense. Ooh, come on, Ibaka. You better say it. Shout out to Catherine for the super sticker and Shelly Shells. Thank you, ladies, so much for being sponsors for today's live. I appreciate that. Okay. Hi, Melinda. That's just something to think about. Because he shouldn't have been able to do all of that. That ankle monitoring, you're supposed to be just at the house, as opposed to you being in a jail. They want you at the house, not getting into anything else. That was the whole point.
Why is he not in jail? He struck me. That's why I had to defend myself.
You said that you hit yourself on the wall when he tried to detain you.
Oh my God. Why would I hit myself on the wall? I have the video. He wouldn't even let me show you. I ran into his side. You were being so mean to me when he literally bashed my fucking head in my soul.
What is her information? Do you have her information?
Carlos Smith. Where? Romeca.
The operator will tell you. Look up our names. I always told him he took my phone.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the...
That's crazy. I see already you don't like me. Why would I smash my own face in? That's crazy, and y'all believe this. He punched me, held me down, and punched me in my face 3 fucking times.
Man, y'all, there's no way. Let me find it. It's no way I could sit there and hear her crying like that. She had even counted, or knew, I should say, the amount of times he punched her. Okay? She's trying to tell them, for her eye to get like that, he had punched her 3 times in her face. My thing is, even if you're not in a position to judge whether this person is right or whether this person was wrong, and you're supposed to be in a position to serve and protect, you could have at least shown some empathy for this young lady that was crying, hurt, having to leave her son, now doesn't know what's going to happen when she gets to jail. Like, it's no empathy. That doesn't mean you're saying he's right or she's right or who's right. No, you're showing some empathy. Let me see your eye. Let's try to get you some help. You know, it's like, what happened to that? And when do they leave all her property, especially phone, dog, and child, with a possible... Come on, Purple Paradox. Will you say that again? Like, what is really going on in that type of situation? The mom needs to sue the police department, right? The cop has watched a thin line too many times. Not a thin line. Okay. Carlos, how you on house arrest and call the cops? You violated your probation. Very sad. It's very sad. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Okay, my apologies. Ms. Williams said, I live in Philly. The first time they de-escalated the situation, and that was it. The second time they removed him, and I was asked if I wanted to press charges. Both times he was the one who called the cops. Oh, wow. See? I cried when I watched this. Yes, girl, it's like I don't even know the emotion that came over me. Oh my gosh, just hearing this in action. Stacy said, I believe the male officer knows Los is a neighborhood informant. That's why they were so quick to take that fool's side. Okay, allegedly. She said, lock his A up. Come on now. Holly will be gone if she gets out of jail, at least escaping in her mind, because they would definitely find her. Right. Cop is probably a woman beater himself. You know, women beaters stick together. Come on, big boss. You better rock that. Carlo's going to probably send her to his witness protection. I pray they sue the police department. They fail Romeca. Yes. Hey, Tabany. Crazy work. He has an ankle monitor on in Romeca's face. Looks like that. And they don't take it. That's what I'm trying to say. I thought I was wrong. Okay. In thinking that. Like, if you have the ankle monitor on, how are you in the clear? And we have a whole incident. I don't care if she did have a pair of scissors. Sir, how did her eye get like this? Okay, let's back up, because both of y'all coming. Okay, both of y'all coming. I'm not getting that part. What's going on? God divine will. We are daughters, mother's earth, and you can't see what's in front of you and recognize what it is you've lost. There's no such thing as mental health. Wow. Okay, let's continue.
It's 9:36. 9:36.
Now, at this point in time, shout out to everybody in the building. Pay attention. This is the part that pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. The woman officer, wait till she get there. Now, I don't know who the male officer was. I do know who the male. Matter of fact, because we got the police report, so I do know who he was. I'm just saying I don't know this nigga though. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna wait till she talked to the man with the white shirt to say the incident was.
Look, y'all, I hope it wasn't a Carlos Baker. Child, if that officer who was on the scene that was doing this and allowing Romeca to ask for help and him just being so nasty and nonchalant, if that's the same officer, because I know some people were saying, was it Officer Herrera? And I think Keys was saying that it wasn't the same officer, that was on that scene and so forth. But y'all, if that was a Carlos Baker, the officer in the background, y'all, I'm gonna be done. I don't know who the officer is, but if it's that same officer, wow, I don't know.
Crazy. Like, basically, we can't believe him or her. We don't know. Y'all about to hear this part. This is the part that pissed me off the most, because you wait till you get all the way here to now have some common sense. This is not facts over feelings. This is common sense over facts. It's crazy. A fact is, this is a fact, y'all. The place might have been so small that Romeca could have hit her head on the wall. Common sense is, if he's holding her back, if he's holding Romeca, he's the reason that her face hit the wall. Even though we don't believe her face hit the wall shit, period. Type shit. He the reason for it. It don't matter how you slice it. He's the reason. My thing is here, just like September 8th, who is you to hold somebody back? Who is you to detain somebody? You're not qualified to do that. Once he's holding something, someone, anything, he's a part of the problem. That's kidnapping. If she say, let me go, it's little babies and shit that when you pick a little baby and key it up, they put me down. Put me down. You put the baby down. This nigga is ignoring that from a grown-ass woman. Let me go. It's crazy. Now, shout out to somebody in the chat that said that his blood, Romeca blood is on his hands from September 8th. It is. You were holding her. I don't have a chance to run.
Right.
Romeca don't even get a chance to evade the police on this day. On this day, she don't even get a chance to run from the police. He's holding her. I would like, same way I quit. These people have not answered the same way her attorney can't answer or defend why did she choose to shoot Romeca at 9 o'clock in the morning across the street from a school with kids outside. Right? Ain't no defense for that. Right? I question and ask, why are you holding this woman back and not giving her a chance to flee at all at none of these times? And that's
okay. Clock that. See, you got to pay attention to people's patterns. Okay, pay attention to the patterns. Now, he probably wasn't banking on anyone breaking down his prior situations with Romeca in these domestic violence cases. He's thinking, oh, that day, I'm trying to put her in the car, I'm trying to pull her back. But then if you go back and start looking at previous cases, he was doing some of those same things before. Okay, if she's saying that she's scared in 2025, and back then she was scared, come on now. The patterns. Let's see. They need to check the badge number to make sure the correct Herrera in this video and the Herrera at the site on September the 8th. Child, I'm telling you, something's off. It definitely is off.
Crazy work. She can't even run from the so she can't even, but maybe she like, I don't want to deal with the police. Let me get up out of here. Type shit. She can't do that. Is it fucking crazy? Because who is him though? Where is his license? The same way people ask, what was CCL Holly? Where she get the CCL? Do she know that a CCL and restraining order is not permission to kill? Do he know that holding somebody back is not his job? Like, what the fuck? Is it fucking crazy? Holding somebody back is not your job. Where is his license? The day that they show me proof that if you get a CC, I got, matter of fact, I'm gonna let the video play again. I'm about to let it finish. Holly supporters. Let me drop this down right quick, type shit, because I want to put this out here, and I hope y'all can. All the Holly supporters and anyone that supports Holly, I would like to bet y'all $1,000. I have $1,000 bet. If you can show me anywhere that says if you get a CCL and a restraining order, you have the right to kill somebody, I'm gonna make it easier for y'all. I'm gonna make it easier for y'all. I got another $1,000 if you can pull up where it say you got the right to hold somebody down at any given time without and you're not qualified. What license do he have? You don't have what license do he have to hold somebody down? Without Google or do whatever y'all do ChatGPT.
And y'all, let me say this from an education standpoint, okay? Even if you are a teacher and you have a license to teach, okay? Well, there's a different thing where some students, they have certain behavior issues that have been documented, 504s, all of these things. And so some will have, like, you may think it's like a temper tantrum. They may be autistic or so forth. Now, there are times when a teacher that has been licensed, okay, can restrain those children. They have been licensed to do so. Everyone, even in education, cannot go around You see somebody acting up, falling out, pick them up and restrain them. You will lose your teaching license. There's a separate license to be able to restrain a child. If a child is getting out of control or so forth and you are not licensed, you're supposed to call for an administrator or someone who is licensed to hold that child. Now, if it's like that in education, how are you a random person out here on the street, don't even have a license, and you just holding women against their will? Like he said, that should have been some type of kidnapping. Okay? You can't just go around holding people and they're trying to get away. Obviously, if you're holding them and they're trying to get away, then guess what? They're not the aggressor. The aggressor would be trying to attack you. That's a different type of thing. Okay? This person trying to get away from you is not an aggressor.
PT, can you hold somebody down?
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 40.
At any given time, for any reason, without the proper certifications. Who the fuck is he? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is he? That's how Romeca looked at it all the time. Let me go. Is it crazy?
Hey,
I'm gonna let it continue. What's your fuck? This shit wild.
Emotional, but
okay, and here we have training. Hey sis, she said, right, it's called Handle with Care. I have a license in that, and we still have to get approval first. Thank you. Okay, we have a witness right here in the chat. Even if you're a teacher with some authority, everyone cannot do that. You have to have a special license to go around holding children, or you will definitely be fired and lose your license. Okay.
She said they were going back and forth. She was defending herself. She stabbed him with the scissors.
Look how she switched that shit up, y'all. Hold on. She switched that shit up, y'all. That ain't what she was telling Romeca. Watch this.
Emotional. Emotional, but she has swelling on her feet. She said they were going back and forth. She was defending herself. She stabbed him with the scissors, but he has to stab her. He refused medical attention on scene.
He got medical attention
On scene.
But he refused to go to the hospital. She has a bump on her cheekbone.
And what's up with all these people supposedly being so hurt, but they decline treatment? Child, if you really want to do something to make it look good, you better get some treatment. But see, the reason that even on September the 8th, Holly, she refused treatment and so forth, a lot of times is because they don't want them asking all these extra questions, and then you get caught up in your lies and stuff because you're not really hurt anyways. Okay? See, he knew if he would have gone down to get medical treatment for that, they would have started probably asking him more questions, and he probably wasn't ready for that. Get caught up in his lies. Exactly. He held her on this video until the police came, and then another time he held her until the police came, then and dislocated Meeks' shoulder again on September 8th, but he let her go to get. Thank you, Stacy. That's what I'm saying. Pay attention to the patterns. He knows what he's doing, but also pay attention to this. Look at the escalation of that. Oh, I'm holding you this time for the police to come. The next time, I'm holding you. I done dislocated a shoulder this time. The last time, I'm holding you to a point where someone had a chance and time to go and grab a weapon. Then, as soon as I let go, bam, she's shot and unalived. It escalated over time. Yeah, they should have taken him to jail. I agree, Becca.
Previous altercations, he says that he's on house arrest. He doesn't live there. He's just staying with his cousin. That's the address they put. She shows up with her son, their son, and a dog. That's when the altercation and sues. But she's saying that she lives there, but she gives a different address when we give residence. So it's...
So we're arresting her. She needs to get medical attention for clearance for lockup?
Correct.
Okay, so do you want an ET or anything?
No.
Okay. Did he send complaints? You guys signed?
He sent complaints.
Okay. All right, I was heading over there and I heard you guys transferred him.
Yeah. So we're doing the run shoot.
Yeah, and then it's just like domestic battery. And then...
It's actually domestic battery. He opened the door. It was ajar, and she criminal damaged the door, and then she barged in, and that's when he stabbed her. So he's leaving it right. That will be 3 of them.
Now look how the female officer and woman, all the women out there in the world, speak up, man. For real, because this woman officer, she has put all together her thoughts. She got.
Now, y'all, let me ask you: did Romeca say that he struck her 3 times, and that's when she stabbed him with the scissors? Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that's what she said. I'm a teacher and you're right, open book. I'd have to call my supervisor because I don't have that certification. Right, Venetia? Yes. And Holly knew they wouldn't have found nowhere on her where she got struck. Oh, honey drip, come on, clock it. Yes, that is so true. Hey, honey, 5K, that is so true. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did she say it was a cause and effect situation? He would have also had to explain why she had a black eye. Thank you. Why he had foil paper. Why he had foil paper on his monitor and why his hand was wrapped up. Wait a second. What does the foil paper do? Baby, what he cooking? Okay. I missed that part. Some foil paper on his ankle bracelet. Y'all, there must be some bootlegging stuff to do so you can get around. Hey, Monica, welcome. Okay, yes, he wanted to add more charges. I'm like, well, hold up. Y'all tell me, am I right? Okay, y'all saying yes. That's what I thought. I thought maybe I missed something. Okay, so y'all saying yes. I thought it was a cause and effect type of situation. See, when the officer is telling it to his supervisor, he's not telling it the way Romeca just told it in the vehicle. She was saying that he struck her 3 times. Then, okay, this is the cause and effect. That's when she got the weapon or scissors, however you want to call it, and she was defending herself and got him in the foot. Okay, it wasn't like she just ran with all this supernatural strength through a door and just decided to go and stab him. We missing some parts, officer. Because I thought I misheard something. I was like, wait a second. Only restraints if they are potentially hurting themselves, others, or destroying property. Right, exactly. The foil scrambles the signal. What? Now see, okay. I definitely understand now why Holly wants that. Okay, child, she about to break out of this jail. She thinks she about to get out and go straight to the Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, Walmart, and go and get some foil paper and be living her best life. He done already tried to hip her to the game. Girl, get you one of those ankle monitors. He was trying to make his okay, right, Amy. I'm done. I cannot believe the foil paper part. What are we doing? He was putting 20 on 10. Shout out to Philly Girl Jules for the super chat. She said, hey, OB, justice for Meeks. Thank you so much, sis. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Carlos, he kicks in her front door. Carlos said she just kicked in his front door. Right. She said, yeah, my son used to use a paper clip to mess up. What in the world? I would not have thought about that, y'all. I guess people know pretty much of, these different games and stuff to play, different techniques. I would not have known. Okay.
All her thoughts together. And she like, damn.
Wow.
As y'all, even though it's blurred out, y'all can see her expression. Now, I guess, do run the show. She like, damn, this shit ain't making no sense. He started talking. he said that Candyman Los opened up the door. He's trying to charge Romeca with trespassing or home invasion. He opened up the door. How you trespassing? Somebody say, "Come on in." The man just said it. The man just, Mama Tina, man, listen, man, I'm not, do what you got to do. This was 3 years ago. You did the case. This shit's fresh. Sue their ass. Fuck it. Continue though. This is crazy work, man. Crazy work.
But just criminal just battery?
No. I'm
Just
saying.
put it underneath, right?
No, but I'm saying we're doing that's a better for case reporting criminal damage on there.
Yeah, we got it.
I'm just saying for case reporting instead.
Yeah.
And when you get her medical attention, get her a lot.
So is that a trespass?
Do y'all want to think about something else? Okay. Something else I'm picking up on, even after thinking about Officer Rivera's case, okay? It looks like these men gonna look out for the men and listen to these men, okay? You could tell she's like not agreeing with everything he's saying, her whole body language and so forth. If you think about the Officer Rivera case, how she was asking for another, partner because she didn't feel safe. They looking out for the men, in my opinion. Like, why you not just listen to this woman? Now you taking her and trying to roll with what he's saying. She was telling you some things too. So it really opens my eyes to that part of it as well. How do they view women? Not just the women that are reporting the abuse, but how are they viewing women that they even work with, their fellow officers? These are two different cases. One was an officer and one is not. She's a civilian. But how are you treating these women? Shout out to Rhonda for the super sticker and for being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much. She said, hey, Radiant Jules, this video of Romeca being treated that way by the police made me nauseous. Right. Hi, Deanna. I totally agree. Romeca called the cops on Carlos that same morning. He's on house arrest and was able to go to Romeca's place. They could have checked. Right. He opened the door and I thought he had the foil wrap around his hand and hit her in the eye. I need to listen again to Meeks' part. Child, he must have had that on the ankle. Okay, I never knew people do that. Oh my goodness. Hey, Ray. Let's see. Shout out to the Queen Stand for the super sticker and for being a sponsor. I believe she was scared of him. Honey, 5K clocking. Child, look, if you had a fellow officer, now look at Officer Rivera, because I believe this happened before Officer Rivera, actually, if you think about it. Okay, Officer Rivera's death was after this. And look at how she was in fear for her life of her own partner. She was trying to get him moved away from her life and everything. Personal life, work life, and everything. He couldn't handle the rejection. They didn't take her seriously, now being sued. For those of you who are just coming in, we talked about that part in the beginning. Now look at this officer. It's like she just let him take over the conversation now. They exert more of an authority than the women officers in the examples that we're seeing. Okay? It's just bringing it like more into focus. Shout out to Just Want AB. Welcome, sis, and thank you for the super sticker and for you being a sponsor for today's live. Thank you so much. She said yes, but she won't open her mouth and say nothing. Right. Hey, photos. Right. I felt so sorry for her. That police officer was rude as heck and mistreating her. Right. And he had the nerve to tell the officer that he had court the next day. And what that have to do with anything? Child, he was telling Meeks bad when they first pulled up. Hey, 71 Suburban Girl, the whole CPD needs to be defunded. I'm telling you, Nurse RN, that's the last police department that needs a whole show named after them. They need to really, really look into this police department. It's a lot of things we're seeing, corruption and so forth, allegedly, that is taking place with this police department. It is so sad.
That's home invasion with the knife, with the scissors. She barged in.
They really did, Rhonda.
Yes.
She had
The
So
guy
make
has
sure
shown me
you
a
hit the
video.
like button. Thank you, Shirley.
Now, mind y'all, the male officer is talking to the white shirt, trying to jack up the charges. Romeca was never charged with a home invasion or trespassing. She was never charged. We have the paperwork. She was never charged with a home invasion or trespassing. She was charged with domestic battery and $500 and damage to under $500 worth of property. And when it come to find out, the door was worth $0. They put $0 down. Shout out to the members. If you're a member, y'all know we went over this shit already. The TPO terminated. The house arrest bracelet they tried to put on GPS monitor terminated. The only thing that mattered is the last page. The charges. Hold on.
Keys had me laughing with that part. Trying to put that paper up to the camera. We can't read that. But Alethea, I hope I'm saying that right. Alethea, I agree. She said that if that supervisor had seen Romeca's face, that's why the male officer kept her in that van. Clock it. I said the same thing. And she was even asking to talk to him. Now, a person that's guilty and they were in the wrong and they were the aggressor, child, you're not trying to talk to the supervisor, okay? She was trying to talk to that supervisor, and in that supervisor would have seen her face. See, he was leaving a lot of that out, this other male officer. He was leaving out, he was striking her. I don't think I heard him say that. He didn't say anything about he was striking her in the face 3 times. When were you going to tell your supervisor that part? It's like you're trying to, yes, that's the supervisor, Stacy. Hi, Tammy. You're trying to be on his side. Shout out to you, Beyond Blessed. Thank you so much. And shout out to Keys for this footage. Y'all make sure y'all tap in to him if you have not already done so. I think that lady officer was a rookie because the man was telling her what to write and where to put it on the report. Right. Oh, Tammy, for those of y'all just coming in, there's an Officer Rivera who was a CPD lady officer. She had a male officer, Carlos Baker, who they got into, a little relationship at one point, but then she was calling things off and so forth. And I did another video on that. I'm going to have to share that link too, because I went a little deeper into it. Now, when they were out on this call, okay, and I think it was a fake call, to be honest. I don't really think anything was happening in that area. I think he used that to bait her there. Well, she was standing behind him. He made a 180-degree turn and shot her in the back. And he lied and said that some other people in that area were shooting at them and shot her. Well, the only shot was from him. And so he couldn't stand that rejection that she was trying to get away from him. She had filed to get TPO. She had wanted a new partner. They ignored her. Now her mom in December is now suing CPD because of how they handled that case. Okay. This is why I believe Miss Tina would definitely have a case, not just for how they were handling this situation, but also how they handled that crime scene, their response time, and all of that on September the 8th. Okay, so many things were going wrong during that day. Yes, he's the supervisor. Let's see. Now he was seriously wrong for that. Like, why were you lying? Like, why were you trying to do that to her? Exactly. A lot of male officers don't like to be teamed up with female officers. I see that police officer act like he knew Carlos personally. Clock it. Okay. I'm tripping on how Keys got right. Me too. That was funny. I'm like, I can't see that. Nope. That would be the Williams Police Department. Right. Come on now. That would be the Williams Police Department. When I got done with them, just like my ex went to jail, Carlos should be in jail. Yes. The proof was on her phone, but they never got her phone. She was trying to tell them that they didn't listen. Oh, Shailene, I'm glad you said that. Y'all, that could, because she kept receipts too. See, Romeca is not here, unfortunately. She would have a lot to say from what happened on September the 8th. But y'all, also, the reason why that phone is important, Romeca had receipts, baby. Okay, she had stuff on her phone, and he probably did not want that stuff to get out. She even had proof from this incident on her phone. We don't know what had taken place that morning, what kind of message was taking place that morning. Shoes, we don't even know if her phone was out that morning recording something. Okay? She knew who she was dealing with. That's what we don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about the evidence from her phone, if it showed anything. Did at one point she have it out recording? Okay. That's why he would be interested in finding her phone if that was the case. They were supposed to let Meeks talk to the supervisor at any time Meeks asked to speak to him. They didn't go by protocol. Meeks' mom could sue CPD for negligence. Whenever Carlos get arrested, a lot of people, including officers, are going down with him. I can see that. Hey, Tay, I'm chosen. Welcome. I absolutely love the way Keys broke it completely down. This case has been so hard to process. She never had a chance to get justice, even when she was alive. Thank you. So I think Keys said that wasn't the same officer that was there on September 8th. Shout out to Tammy for the super chat and for being a sponsor. She said, love your content. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, sis. S. Wiseman said, CPD is a hot mess. No wonder violent crime is so high in Chicago. Exactly. They didn't make C step away and stand on the sidewalk. If he took her phone, that's another charge. Come on now. Police officers have a high rate of DV. Herrera was probably an abuser himself. Them cops was not trying to hear Meeks, right? What got me, they left her car, phone, son, and dog with the abuser. Someone said that earlier, okay? Hey, Keisha, welcome. Okay, let's get back into it.
No, not this, the second to last page. Stricken. The charges were stricken. They stricken the fucking charges. Is you crazy? What's going on, man? Shout out to y'all. I just know if I'm a scammer and I'm about to go to jail, I got about $15,000, $20,000 for the police. Maybe that man got about 50. I don't know. I'm not saying he
beyond blessed. Clock that, okay?
Did or didn't. I maybe got about $15,000, $20,000 for the police. If I was scamming. Is you fucking crazy? Continue.
I had this problem before. It's either trespassing or home invasion with a weapon.
Okay. Well, for that, for home invasion, you have to get DT. You just want DT, right? And then, I think that's felony. So you gonna work with them for felony?
Well, we signed both.
You signed both?
You signed both the felony and a misdemeanor complaint.
All right, we'll get her inside right now.
Okay.
Who's the person, baby?
Ma'am, we're at the hospital.
Can he look in my face?
Okay.
This the sergeant.
Yes,
Can I please
listen, man.
talk to him?
I have to. You cannot. You switch your handcuffs like this.
No, I'm
Okay, you need to.
Like I'm the person that's. Look at me.
Okay.
Like, imagine if I was your daughter, and I'm being so serious with y'all. I would never pull up.
Why did you switch your
Because he
handcuffs like
snapped
this?
my arm out of place and it hurts. He literally beat the fuck out of me, y'all.
Oh, Lord. Oh, y'all. Viewer discretion is advised. I have to take breaks in between watching that. This is the part I came in on Friday. Now, she even wanted to talk to him, the officer, right? The supervisor. And she was saying he beat her and he snapped her arm out of place, her shoulder. You could hear it in her voice. She's in pain. She's hurt. And she's just right now in a vulnerable point of no one is around her that can help her. And I promise you, y'all, this was the first video where outside of what was happening with September the 8th and seeing her now and hearing her on this video, it really took me to September the 8th. That I can only imagine that day. If she was hurt this day, and now you got 2 against 1, and one had a weapon, and one was actually holding you again. You knew what happened when he held you those times. You know in your mind it was going to be worse this time because the other one now has a weapon and he's telling you that she has a weapon. So the fear escalated times 10. Okay?
He beat the fuck out of me.
Did you call him? Ma'am, you cannot do that. If you mess it.
It hurt. This arm hurt.
Okay.
He put it behind my, like he did so much to me and y'all believe him.
Well, you're telling what happened.
Please look
They're
at
gonna
me.
check you up right now.
But as a man
Would
who
you
has a
listen to me,
daughter,
please, ma'am?
you've been mean to
I'm
me.
not being mean to me.
Yes, you have. You automatically believe him.
Okay, discontinue camera for patient privacy at the hospital.
You automatically
Mercy
believed him, Mr. Herrera.
Oh, wow.
Crazy work.
Y'all, that there, like she said, imagine you having a daughter and you seeing them like this. She keeps saying he hurt her, but they're not even trying to work with her. If he just hurt her arm and you're inflicting more pain, putting her in those handcuffs, that wasn't right. Turn it down. That wasn't right. And I don't even know who could have watched this footage and not have disciplined that officer, Herrera. For one, just the lack of empathy and being, you're not even trying to hear her. Did y'all see her pause for a second and say, look at me? He didn't even look at her. I don't think he saw her. And when I say saw her, saw the pain, saw the black eye. You seeing just another woman. But this one is telling you what happened. See, sometimes people like to group folks together and say, oh, this is just another woman lying on a man. She up here doing X, Y, Z, and knowing that, she probably a hothead. She done stabbed that man with some scissors. Now you going to jail. You just another angry black woman. And they group black women together, thinking every black woman is out here doing wrong, popping off, doing all this. But she just wanted you to look at her. Pause for a second. Listen to her. Look at the video in the phone for a second. And he couldn't even do that. This was only one of the times that was on camera. It is sad. After I looked at that, I think I jumped off the live after that. I never even went back till today and watched a little more of the beginning of that part. It was hard to watch. And knowing that she's not here anymore made it extra hard. And I know it was hard for her family to watch that. Shelly said they can get them phone records, and when they do, Carlos should be on his way to jail. Right. What happened to that footage? Yeah, they did her dirty. Isn't that against the law for him to do that? Unclear about that. I thought that you are supposed to do so. Last I remember, that officer was so out of order, straight nasty. Right. Thank you, Philly Girl Juice. Right. Okay. Clocking Monica, possibly. Mm. He probably doesn't look at women as human beings. Right. That's what I get from it. If she's pausing for a second and telling you to look at me, then to see the same officer, I don't know if that's the same one, y'all. I'm not going to speak on that part because I don't know. I'm going to be honest. They were on that scene long enough to look at her phone and do a real investigation. Right. Exactly. It was tough to watch. I had to turn that police video down because it was triggering, right? Think about it. If Romeca stabbed Carlos in the ankle, that means Romeca was on the ground, the floor by Carlos' ankle. Right. That part. Because the whole she broke into or busted into the door and just started stabbing your ankle. How? What happened leading up to her being down that low? Come on now. It didn't make sense. Came forward, but the police officer didn't talk to them. It doesn't surprise me. This system failed Romeca. This system failed so many other ladies. We talked about two of them on this live. What do you do when you go to a person that is supposed to be protecting and serving you and they don't? Is my question. Romeca was crying out for help for a long time. She was, Rhonda. I'm telling you, that day I made that post on my community wall. I literally, and I'm a talker. I love to talk. I was literally speechless. I can't even describe the emotion I had, but I was like, man, Romeca went through some stuff. I felt so bad for her. She went through some stuff with that man. Now, I'm not saying that to be like, oh, Romeca is this perfect person and she didn't possibly do, any wrong or anything like that. But there are some situations that have been documented, video recorded, fighting and being manipulative, lying. We hear her voice every time I hear somebody say, why you lie so much? Why you always lying? We hear that in almost every video. Imagine having to walk around. People are looking at you like you're the one that's the problem. And you really just asking for help. But at the same time, she's trying to defend herself. What we're not understanding is they treat Black women like that, not other races. Probably, Shelley. Romeca was still respectful to that officer. Yes, she was. While he was being mean to her. That whole video has lawsuit all over it. It was hard to watch and hear. Yeah. Carlos always holding Romeca down in a chokehold. Yeah. She told the officer he hit her first, I'm sorry. And then she stabbed him. Yeah, she said that. Mine too. In my state, everyone has to go to DV classes ordered by the court. Hey, Khalid. Some people come in here thinking I am Upper. Shout out to Upper. CPD fail Romeca every time. And you know what? After some point, y'all, if I know you're not hearing me or seeing me, I'm not going to keep coming back to you. For what? She probably gave up going to them for what? They weren't doing anything about it. When I'm going to keep coming to you, telling you about stuff he doing to me, and y'all not doing anything. The other side talk about the things Romeca did in front of the son. What about what he did? Yes, clock that. Calling the cops in Philly is vicious, never know what they're on. Wow. A man can do so much to you that you become more aggressive than you have ever been because you are constantly protecting your heart, mind, and body. Ooh, say that. When I heard her ask the officer, can I call my mom? I just imagined what she was going through the day she was on a live screaming for her. Oh, I know, Rhonda. Oh my gosh, girl. Ooh, that part I don't even want to think about. And then to know that her mom said that every morning they talk. She had not gotten a chance to call her mom that morning. The first thing that her mom got regarding Romeca was a picture of her body on the ground. That's sad. And I don't know who would have just sent something like that to a mom. But she never got a chance to talk to her that day. The only wrong she done was love him and stayed in that relationship too long. I agree. I definitely agree. Whoo, y'all. I just really hate that. I hate that situation. I hate that that went down like that. And I definitely hate that it ended like that. But my prayers and thoughts are definitely with her family, with her son, her mom. And this is why this is important. This is why we bring awareness. We talk about this. Shout out to Keys for sharing that video with us, as hard as it was to watch. As heartbreaking it was to watch that. Um, it does bring forth actually more evidence of some things that were taking place, and also like a precursor to how things probably went down on September the 8th. Monica. Hey, Leah. Why was that officer in charge of the whole situation? No other officer talked. The other officers didn't intervene or help Romeca. Usually, you know what? I thought about that too, Leah. Usually, female officers deal with the females. I thought about that too. That's a very good point. They usually do. Wow. He was there. Wow. Oh, you had to do those classes? Wow. I'm sorry you went through that. This ain't first time Carlos did this. Nope. Thank you, Shelly. Yes, justice for Meeks, y'all. Put the pink hearts in the chat, child. We got so many different colors. I was like, which line is this? Which purple, pink, blue for Tyrone. Y'all, let's drop some pink hearts in honor of Romeca. I hate to end a live like this. I try to lighten this up, but y'all, it's so heavy after seeing that video. Rest in peace, Romeca. I'm just, all you can do is just shake your head and just be like, I'm so sorry, it just may God cover her family that's dealing with the aftermath of what took place that day. This was a good live. I cried, but no, deep down, Romeca's family will get justice. I know that officer is nervous as hell. Yeah, I wonder is he still on the police force? I'm curious to know. I would love to hear the conversation those two cops had after everything was over. Okay. A lot of officers stick together, female and males. Right. Right. Well, y'all, that is all that I have for today. If you didn't see the beginning, make sure you watch the beginning because we talked about some statistics with the CPD department. We talked about another lady, Maria Roque, and also Officer Rivera, okay, which is a recent case where her family is suing the CPD police department, and the her mom is, because of how they handled that situation and how her fellow officer was responsible for her death. He took her out and then tried to lie and cover it up. See, it's all about the cover-ups for me. Okay? Afterwards. It's all of this trying to stage it to look a certain type of way. So it's happening to civilians and it happens to their own. And one recent is a couple of months ago. And her family is, well, the shooting didn't happen a couple of months ago. Her mom came out with a lawsuit in December. Enough is enough. It's so sad. But make sure y'all tap that like button. It is for free. Yes, thank you, Diane. I was about to bring that up. Also, February the 3rd is 2 days away. Holly Johnson will be headed back to the courthouse. Okay. I believe this is a status hearing. So we are going to follow that. Also, let me drop for those of you, I know we just watched a snippet of it. For those of you who would like to watch Key's video in its entirety, let me drop that for y'all. And then also let me drop right quick. Let me go back. That was a live. Let me see what that wasn't too long ago either, I don't think. Okay, so we did a live, and it's not that long. This was back. What day was this? Okay, so this live 1 month ago. It was 1 month ago, y'all, and it was titled "Scandals." Okay, y'all got to watch this one. Now, this one goes into depth about that Officer Rivera, but also it went into more of who was involved, like they had relationships and all of that. So, oh y'all, it was a lot. So make sure y'all tap into that live as well. That's called Scandal. So we have Key's full video in the chat, and then also my video, the Scandals live we did a month ago. Make sure you tap into that live as well. Also, I wanted to, hey, Passion Princess, welcome, sis. How are you? Thank you for tapping in. Thank you, Tammy. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Catherine, Shelly Shells, Philly Girl Juice, Rhonda, the Queen's Den, AB, and Tammy for being sponsors for today's live. Thank you so much. And shout out to the mods that came into the building. I think Latte came in, Shelly Shells, and Dreamy Girl. Thank y'all so much, ladies. I appreciate it so much. Hey, Love Spice, welcome. And thank you all for tuning in on a Sunday evening. I do appreciate all of the love and support. I missed you all, but I think I'll be back more often. I had to get moved. For those of you who came in late, we moved, so y'all know how packing and things like that go. But y'all, I'm so excited and happy about our new place. It is such a blessing, and I just truly thank God. I really do. Hey, Nicole, look, girl, you coming in, we going out. Okay. Thank y'all so much for joining on today. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell because you never know when I'm going to go live. Thank you and have a great evening.
Happy Sunday. Happy New
Year. Bye-bye.
You just flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.